Look, shawty, it's a
Yeah.
look, shawty, it's a bomb in the building. When I link with you, nothing else matters. What you trying to do?
Yeah.
I got me some time.
All right. So on the last episode, we started level one of Project Pipeline. All right. So just a quick refresher. On the ground floor was the A&R division. All right. That's just the media folks in Arizona that are finding new artists, finding music that they like, collecting that music, making lists of their favorite artists that we have in the valley, and then sending it up the chain. All right, and what we're about to do now is we're going to start, and I say start because I don't think we're going to do all of level 2 today. I think we're just going to do one because the one that we're going to do is kind of big, and we have to get this one right. All right, so let's do this. Project Pipeline level 2. All right. So we've got our list of names. We got a list of, I don't know, say 40 artists. Okay. So we got 40 artists. All right. And now we are sending this list of 40 artists to level 2. And the first group of people that are going to get this 40 names is going to be the DJs, okay? And like I said, we have a lot of fantastic DJs in Arizona. Like I said, Arizona has a rich music community of people that want to be special. You know what I mean? Like that not only are we talented, but I know that we want to do more, and I think a lot of times maybe we don't know how. But the big thing is the DJs, okay? Because the DJs are responsible for taking these 40 names and listening to the music of these 40 artists. And I listen, I get it. I know this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work, but this is probably the most important step. All right. All right. Somebody's going to have to carry a good brunt of the load. I mean, I would argue that the most work is done by the actual artist, but definitely number 2 by far is the DJ, because they have to go through. So you got 40 artists. Let's just say on average they each have put out, I don't know, 50 songs. I think that's being generous. Let's do 30. Let's just say each artist has put out 30 songs. So don't make me do the math. 30 times 40, whatever that number is. Like I said, if it ain't got a dead president on it, I can't count it. It's a joke I say. But yeah, they're going to have to listen to all of that music. And I understand that's a lot of work. And that's why this next clip is so important. Okay, so like I said, we're talking about the DJs now. I'm getting ready to show you a clip of 2 DJs. They were having a discussion. They were interviewing each other. And it's DJ Pest interviewing John Blaze. Like I said, they're 2 really great DJs that we have in Arizona. But unfortunately, I'm playing this clip because there was something stated in this clip that a lot of people don't know has been a nuisance to Arizona for years. Okay, because this is how people look at Arizona when it comes to how they go about picking music. Okay, and you'll see what I'm talking about once we get into it, because it's a big deal. This is a huge problem. Okay, this is a huge problem I'm about to point out, and I hope it's an old clip. Like I said, this clip is 4 years ago, and it's grind culture. It's a 4-year-old clip, 4-year-old interview, but I'm hoping that this is no longer the way that DJs are doing business in Arizona, or are doing their jobs in Arizona, okay? Because if this is how DJs are still conducting this job of going through, 40 artists worth of music, then that's why we've gotten nowhere. Because you'll see. So, so let's roll the clip. Let's go ahead and get into it. Cornelius, pull up the clip.
As an artist grab your attention? Not them reaching out to you, but what do you look for Like, oh, that caught my. Well, you in a club?
I mean,
something to come.
It's got to be a record. Like I say it all the time. Like on a Beat Locker show, I say, you know, John Blaze, you know, I'm the fastest ear in the Southwest. 8 seconds or less. You got 8 seconds, and I say that because my emails are crazy. You probably know this.
8 seconds. 8 seconds. That's all he said he's going to give to new artists, new music. Of the time that he has, he's going to give you 8 seconds. Now, mind you, the average song nowadays, I think, is what, 2 minutes maybe? I'm going to say about 2 minutes. 4 years ago, it was probably around about 3 minutes, all right? Because I think people were writing much more fuller songs. 8 seconds. He was able to do his job in 8 seconds. And we're totally skipping over the fact that he said the whole the fastest ear in the Southwest like it was like a badge of honor. Like this you know, every time I watch this clip, it gets worse and worse. It's like is there an explanation for this? Like what? Like I said, I really do like these guys. I do. But this clip has done damage to Arizona for years. Because you can't tell me shit in 8 seconds. Like you don't know jack squat after 8 seconds of a song. You just do not. All right. And the other thing is that, like, yes, it's a business. It's your job. Your emails are probably crazy. That don't mean you can cut corners. This is right off the bat from the jump. This is screaming lazy. This is giving lazy vibes. All right. And like I said, I'm not jumping on anyone. We need to bring this shit to light to kind of put it in its proper place, and so that we can hopefully fix it currently, and that the next generation that comes behind us, people that are coming up that want to maybe be DJs, don't make these mistakes. Because this was a mistake, and like I said, I would love to hear from these guys and get their kind of recollection of it on whether they see it as a mistake now. And listen, that's okay. We all do and say things that in hindsight we're like, yeah, that probably wasn't smart. That probably wasn't the best move to make. But this is definitely one of them. And the other thing is, y'all are gonna have to buckle up because this gets a lot worse. All right, this is about a 2-minute clip. And I like this interview. Like I said, I do like this interview. All right, but just there was a lot of good in here, and there was a ton of bad. And I think the bad did far more damage than the good did good, if that makes any sense. But we're just starting, and already like we're bragging about half-assing the work and saying that we're only giving songs and new artists fucking 8 seconds. That's wild. All right, but let's let them continue.
When I listen to everything. So I could tell off jump the first couple seconds if your record's going to be something that I want to continue listening to or if it's going to be hot garbage.
So y'all are going to have to forgive me because we're going to be pausing this thing like crazy. But dude, you can't tell me shit after 8 seconds. You can't tell me nothing. All right. And you obviously don't listen to everything. You know what I mean? Like that's just a fact, bro. Like I said, I'm not here to fucking jump on anyone. I'm just here to point out, hey, this is a problem. Have we fixed this problem? Do we understand kind of the error of our ways? And have we made the necessary corrections? Listen, everybody's busy. We are all super fucking busy. But when it comes to what we're supposed to do, I would hope that, especially if it's something that we love, we're not cutting corners. You know, when I make music, I'm not cutting corners. When I'm providing merchandise, clothing, products to people, I'm not cutting corners. Even though, you know, I may be up 2-3 in the morning, getting it done right, and then having to get up 5 or 6 to go do, you know, the next business, the next thing that needs to get done. Cutting corners is a very bad habit to get in, and you know, just, you know what I mean. Just stating the obvious, man. There's a strong possibility that because we have cut corners for the last couple of years when it comes to listening to music and actually figuring out whether there is good music, what is the good music, what we could possibly use. Because we cut corners, I believe we might have missed out on some really great shit. And like I said, that's not for me to say, but just so far based on what I'm hearing, what I see, just the way things have gone in Arizona over the last couple of years, I am confident in saying that I'm pretty sure that we have missed out on some bangers just because we only gave them 8 seconds. It's every time you say it, it gets worse and worse. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
The reason why I'm smiling right now is
know.
because I said that in another interview. I think I might have said 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking to a mirror right now.
I'm being generous by saying 8.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's an intro. I'll give you a couple seconds for the intro. But like, if it's
real?
not something like I already know based off the beat, I know off the production, I know off of the mix or the no mix or the mastered. Like I can tell.
Yeah.
And this was when shit just got too egregious. This was the point when I realized Arizona officially had been fucking itself for years. Like, not only is 8 seconds bad, but then Pest comes out and goes, no, I can do better. 5 seconds. What? Like, and follow that up with, 8 seconds is generous. Like, oh my god, yo, the beat hasn't even dropped at 5 seconds. Like this is just like, am I the only one that thinks this is outrageous? Like, I'm not the only in Arizona. I know that I'm not the only one outside of Arizona, but in Arizona, does anybody else think this is absolutely egregious, yo? Like, so clearly Arizona has not been listening to Arizona music. That was a question that I asked a couple episodes ago. And like, you know, eventually we were always going to get here and have to address DJs, because the DJs are the ones that have the monumental duty of listening to the records. You know what I mean? Like, you have to sit down and take in this music. Like, you have to do the music justice. All right. And as DJs, listen, y'all may not be playing the whole song. You may just be playing a portion of the song, and that portion of the song may not be in the first 8 seconds. Like, it's outrageous to me. It's crazy because it doesn't make sense. Like, there's Arizona. The culture of Arizona is not this lazy. There's no way. That is not what I have experienced over my time in Arizona. All right, it's outrageous. And the sad part is we all hold these two guys like Pest and Blaze, like, I hold in high regards. Which I think this is why that. Just this clip it's clearly been a nuisance for all of Arizona, but it's been it's been a thorn in a lot of people's sides, just because like it can't come from y'all two. It cannot come from y'all two. And the worst part is, I'm gonna show you something. I'm getting ready to show you a clip, okay? And it's of music fans that they review music. They really enjoy music. Like, they like people that enjoy music like listening to music. So, and that's the other thing. Like, don't tell me that you love music if you don't listen to music. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, they're going to talk about the cardinal sin that you can do when listening to music. The cardinal sin, the one thing you should never do. All right. And this is regular people. What regular people, when coming up with the idea of whether a song is good or not, something that they like, this is what you should not do. Okay? I'm gonna roll a clip. Y'all tell me.
What is the worst sin you could commit as a music fan?
I'm gonna show you and the people right now, actually. This is what it is, okay? So, I'm screen recording so you guys could see. It's this.
You might think if people...
Chances, the devil...
Listening for a first album experience, and literally, like, within the first few seconds, if someone doesn't fuck with it, bro, they move on from the song.
Yeah, it's
they
like, let's
judge a song
disregard
within 10 seconds. It's unbelievable, bro.
Okay, you know what?
It's the attention spans. They're cooked.
We've done a lot of live album reactions, right? We've been running the Patreon plan now for 4 years. That's 52 new albums every single year. We have a rule. You don't fucking skip. Unless it's completely unbearable and you're on your own time, that's understandable.
Yeah.
But if you do what Lou just did...
A lot of people are doing it. You know what? They base it off. It's like, if the beat is not to my liking, I'm over the song automatically. Like, what?
But you know what? I've had situations where I don't like a beat off a first listen, and the more I listen to it, I'm like, oh, fuck, like, this is actually good. Do your homework. Don't be lazy, fuckos.
Tell me that doesn't sound exactly like what Pest and Blaze are talking about doing in this clip, yo. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and that's what Arizona artists has been fighting against. Like, if y'all are not listening to the music, say that you're not listening to the music. Because what happens is then you get guys like this that make Arizona look goofy. All right? Like, this and like, when you put these two clips together, it aggravates me. It aggravates the fuck out of me, because these two are better than this, yo. Pest and Blaze are better than this shit, yo. I don't know who told you 5 seconds and 8 seconds was it. I don't know. I don't know in any point of human history, anyone would tell you, oh yeah, I can tell you whether a song is good in fucking less than 10. And like I said, they said 10 seconds. We got two guys that are supposed to be the man, like the people that go through the music. They're saying that they do it in less than 10 seconds. Like, it's just, I'm not here to expose anybody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm pointing out a problem that I don't think most artists even know has been a thing. Like, and like I said, I don't know if Pest and Blaze will like admit it, but like, yo, explain to me why I should trust your ear. Like, is this still a thing? Is this still a thing that y'all are doing? Because if it is, then artists don't need to be sending you their music. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is about Arizona. This isn't personal shit. This isn't about any particular people. This isn't even about these two DJs. This is about the act. Nobody in Arizona should be treating music like this. Because if you are, you don't give two shits about music. All right? Like that's just a fact. All right? We got to get past this. We have a lot of great fucking DJs. Great fucking DJs in Arizona, all right? Please do not let me find out that any of y'all are doing this shit, okay? All right? Because it just, if a DJ cannot listen to music, then what are you? I'm what electrical technician? Like, I don't, what do you, the whole point of this whole pipeline is that we get the artists to the DJs, and then the DJs go through the music. And they can, you know what? They're going to sit down, take the time to listen to the songs, all right? Give them thorough go-throughs and be like, you know what? This artist is good, and this song is one that I can use in this location, all right? This artist is good, and that other song I can use at another location, all right? But you don't know that unless you listen to the music, and you won't find that out just listening to 8 seconds of a song, okay? So like I said, I don't want to harp on this, but the whole point of this part because the DJs are important. We need the DJs. We have to have the DJs. We cannot do this without the DJs. But like I said, if you are judging music off of 5, 8, 10-second listens, then you can't be a part of this pipeline. You can't be a part of the machine that gets Arizona to where we want to go because you're not willing to do the work. And like I said, they called it out. They called it out in the clip. Like it's lazy. Like I said, I'm always especially in Arizona, because I know Arizona as a whole is not lazy whatsoever. But this act, this way of doing business was straight up lazy. It is what it is, man. And like, I hate the fact that two nerds had to call out Arizona. Like, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, they won't lie. You know what I mean? So please, anybody that is judging music without listening to music, stop immediately, okay? Because everybody on planet Earth knows that it's goofy, it's stupid, it's just not real, okay? You can't tell me shit about music if you haven't listened to the music. And most folks will tell you that you can't tell me shit about music unless you've listened to that music multiple times. Our guys were only willing to give up 8 seconds. Like, that's nuts, man. That's nuts, yo. But yeah, listen, that's the issue. That's the DJs. No more doing that. All right, DJs, no more doing that. Okay, when somebody brings you an artist, especially an artist with a catalog, now it's time for you to go to work. Yes, you have to do your job. You have to listen to the music and see, hey, what music can you use in whatever it is that you do. You know what I mean? Either whether you're a club DJ. Maybe you're on the radio station. Maybe you do bar mitzvahs. Or you do R&B nights. Like whatever your thing is, where you play your music. How can you fit? And what Arizona music can you fit into your sets that could benefit this thing as a whole? Because we talk a lot about community, but like once again, it's me and the questions. How are you building the community? The DJ builds that community by within their sets having multiple Arizona shots that can just move this thing forward. Because you're not going to tell me that that Arizona music is going to completely ruin the vibe in your club or in your set, in your whatever you're doing that evening or that day, whatever. Like I said, if you're gonna use the excuse of hey, I can't play Arizona music in my set because it ruins the vibe, well then you did bad homework. You didn't pick the right song that would continue whatever vibe you're trying to put out for that function. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't want to get in here and tell DJs how to do their job, but I know music, and I definitely understand the inner workings of music. And like I said, if you're gonna tell me that, hey, I played this Arizona rapper's song and the party died, well, then you played the wrong song. You played the wrong artist, and that's why you have to do the homework. You have to listen to the music, and you have to listen to it longer than fucking 8 seconds. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's wild. But what else, man? I think that's I said about the DJs. Well, the only other thing I would say is that, like, I don't see many like internet shows. Just like where can we go and see DJs fucking be DJs? And I'm not talking about like throwing parties. I'm like, where can I see a DJ just on his board? You ain't got to be scratching, but just like, when's the last time you heard a DJ play and be like, wow, that set was fantastic? And I'm talking about an Arizona DJ. You know what I mean? And like I said, maybe I'm out the loop. Maybe I don't know that one DJ so, man, his sets are fire, man. He's always got the best music. Well, like, I want to know those names. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to fucking, beat people down necessarily. I'm trying to learn as well. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bring a problem without a solution. But I'm also going to be humble enough to say, hey, why don't you teach me something along the way? You know what I mean? So definitely, man, let's no longer, half-assing it with the music listens, and then definitely more showcases where I can just see a DJ doing something fantastic. You know what I mean? Because like I said, as an artist, as a music fan, I really enjoy a dope DJ set. You know what I mean? I had a DJ that, ripped up my This Is Arizona rendition. It's on Operation Bars, and it's over the Scarlet beat. You know what I mean? And she smoked it. I want more shit like that. You know what I mean? I want more of our DJs, of Arizona DJs, just taking Arizona music and just mixing it in a way, and you know what I mean, spinning it in a way that is unique and showcases not only Arizona artists and Arizona music, but just how fucking dope Arizona DJs are. All right. So, all right. So yeah, I think we'll cut it. We'll cut it here because there's a lot. There's a lot more people on level 2 that we're gonna have to discuss. Obviously, the radio station is gonna be in here. We're gonna talk about some big time radio personalities. We're gonna talk about Bootleg Kev. He's a big one. So there's a lot to talk about, a lot of people to talk about, and like I said, listen, this whole project pipeline is just a blueprint for how Arizona can get the best of the best where it needs to go. Okay, and like I said, this is also a way that you can course correct throughout the process if we do come across somebody that's not doing their job. Like, so say we find, a DJ in this process that is still giving artists 8 seconds, as ridiculous as that sounds, then, okay, well, we need to get him out of here. Like, get him out of here. You know what I mean? And you can just, because like I said, we have tons of DJs. This, once again, there can be an infinite amount of people at this second level, but the important part is folks at this second level are doing the job of making sure that, hey, I'm listening to the music, I know what I'm talking about, and I'm showcasing the best that I have gotten of the music, the artists that I've listened to. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll definitely see y'all on episode 7, and we'll continue. I think we'll do the radio station. We'll talk about power. How about that? We'll do that on episode 7. All right, man. So I'll catch y'all later. Yo, Bomber out.
We do all the things that you try to do with the vibe. Yeah, it's cool when I link with you.